Hello, everyone. Welcome to my listeners in this another episode where I share my thoughts with regard to listening. How to enhance listening skills to the more subtle things that make greater impact on the listener as well as the person sharing his experiences. So, today I would like to share with you regarding the energy in the room, the energy that is there at any given time of the conversation. In the first episode of mine, we spoke about the intent of the listener, which helps the listener's mind to be engaged in the conversation rather than being occupied with the personal thoughts. The intent puts oneself in a disposition to listen, mind and body together, to be aware of the physical, mental, and emotional information being presented to you both internally and externally, is the first stage to gauge that energy that exists in the room and inside you. So, listening to energy is an influential principle. Many may wonder, how can one listen to energy? Well, listening is not just by ears or the words that the opposite person is saying. It's a wholesome activity which involves the whole being of a person in that conversation and in that room. We need to look at this principle of listening to energy, which will enhance the awareness of data points. Example, the pitch of the person, the choice of the words, the context that he's putting himself while he disposes his narration. The energy is the churning force that connects deeply with information that the body is sharing and uses this force to endorse wellness to the conversation. The energy is strongly and firstly depicted in the emotions of the person. The emotions play a vital role in a conversation. Emotions can be misleading too, as they have a tendency to mix and match things, to overpower a calm mind and stir up something that would have been a clear thought process. One needs a clear presence of mind to listen to that overpowering emotions, as emotions churn in a lot of other thought processes that could influence the action of a person. The energy level in the conversation is affected with these emotions and thought processes that brings the up and down in the chart. So, here I would like to share an incident I had during a consulting session in a mid sized firm. The entrepreneur was sharing his thoughts about his business and how he will grow his revenue 5 times in the coming year and build a solid team to get there and spread the firm geographically. So, being an entrepreneur, he had a lot of ideas floating out of his hustling mind and how he will create something so big that he will have a brand that every person in the market will know about it. As he was talking about his ideas, he had these grand hand gestures and a punch in his voice. I asked him a question while he was narrating. How do you plan to achieve this? This everything that you just said. He paused for a moment, and there was a sudden silence between us. He took a deep breath and started to frame a roadmap that will turn his ideas into reality. While he was sharing that, the grand hand gestures were missing, and the voice had mellowed down a little. The entrepreneur who was all excited about his vision and ideas just a minute ago was different now. He tried his best to show his confidence in his ideas and plans to reach there. At that moment, I sensed that a person is scared. He's excited and jumpy and confident, but yet scared. It's not that there is no energy in the latter part of it. The energy level at the beginning of the conversation, when he was all enthusiastic about his ideas, is now transformed to his thoughts on getting it to reality. And it is hard for any entrepreneur to do that. There is a lot from that conversation that I took with me that day, sharing two of it with you. It is a need to be excited with your ideas. It brings out the child in you. And second, it is a need to be scared. It keeps your fist strong and weighted to hold against the currents. So, how to use this energy to your benefit is the question we need to answer. To channel their energy, so that we need to be aware of the forces that is guiding you. Again, the intent of listener play the initial step which sparks the energy level. Once the energy is in force, the listener needs to slow down a little to become aware of the vibe that is sent across the body. This controls many aspects and actions. Example, the body posture, the hand gestures, blinking of eyes, nose rubbing, scratching of ears, biting your lips, a soft smile. All these are subtle outer depiction of the inner energy. These energy signals help to read the conversation along with the person. You will start seeing a certain pattern in the conversation. Like a person will repeat certain words while he wants to make a point. He will maintain a certain pitch while he is telling the truth. These are the elements that gather around to make a single point or a single idea that runs through the whole conversation. We need to listen to the energy to pick up that central idea in the whole conversation, which comes up very often in the person's words, emotions, and body language. Gather that energy and use it to understand the room better and the person as a whole. So, see you guys till the next one. Keep up that energy.